Hi guys, it's me Adrian here. Here with Filmaholics. I'm here with my friend Eddie.
Yo, yo, yo.
And we saw X-Men: Days of Future Past. The movie,
Dun, dun, dun.
right? The movie is directed by Bryan Singer. He directed the original X-Men and X-Men 2. So he's coming back. And he's coming back with Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen as Professor X and Magneto, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And it also combines the cast from X-Men First Class, from James McAvoy as Charles Xavier, Michael Fassbender, Eric Lyncher, and Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. So what is it about, Eddie?
Wow, this movie's like a little long, I'll do my best to give a brief explanation because it's just so awesome how many cool things happen in it. But it's based on the comic book series called Days of Future Past from the 1980s, and I think they did a really great job, transferring it to the movie. Pretty much, the mutants deal pretty much on the brink of extinction because scientists created the Sentinels. And everybody knows the Sentinels, those giant robots that kill mutants, and pretty much, they hunt down all the mutants and they also start killing humans. And so pretty much the movie's based around the story where they're trying to fight back to avoid this whole war from happening in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So, what about the Easter eggs?
Oh, there was a lot of Easter eggs in this one.
So much.
From the very beginning of the movie all the way to the end, there was you have to pay attention to some of them, and also you got to be a bit of a geek or nerd, however you want to call them, to notice some of them. But some of the cool ones that I noticed was in the beginning of the movie. If you pay attention, there's a kid in there. His appearance, they hint at Cable, which later on in the story itself, he also has a part in it. They obviously also they're like the original mutants from the first part and the second part. In a small scene with a Quicksilver, they show him holding his little sister, which they're either hinting that it's either his twin sister, Scarlet Witch, or his little sister, Polaris. They don't really specify. So, who do you think it is?
I think it's Polaris. I like the Easter egg where they teased young Magneto that he was the dad of Quicksilver.
Yes, that's right.
That's really good.
That's really good. Like, cause I was one of my worries because that's one of the biggest things people know of Quicksilver, that he's Magneto's son. So I was like, I wonder if they're gonna hint it in the movie or even mention it.
That was a big worry about a lot of people.
When they did that little mention, I was like, okay, cool. That was pretty neat. And then let's talk about that end credit scene, huh?
Oh yeah. It's too much pipe. They showed Apocalypse building the pyramids, and then they go around them and they show his face, and then behind them, on top of the dunes, you see the Four Horsemen.
Yes, and I know people who didn't notice the Four Horsemen, and actually people who don't know who the Four Horsemen are in the first place, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe Gambit might make an appearance in the next part.
I heard there's a rumor. That's the one where they were saying Channing Tatum might be Gambit.
Yeah, there's it's actually already confirmed it's going to be Channing Tatum, but they haven't said if it's going to be for X-Men or even a standalone movie. But it is confirmed he's going to be Gambit, but they haven't said for what though. But a lot of people know that Gambit was one of Apocalypse's horsemen, so
he could probably be the future Four Horsemen.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
I believe he was Death.
That makes sense. Wolverine was a lot of people know that Wolverine was one of them too.
Yeah, he was Death as well. He was Death for a while.
I have a feeling they're not gonna probably do that though.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So
pretty interesting though.
What were some of your favorite scenes in the movie?
Oh, my favorite scenes. All the scenes with Professor X and Magneto when they were young. It was just so much emotion from the first film. Like there were so many. It was just great acting from both of them. From James McAvoy,
you can feel the intensity coming from both characters.
And I like the little feels like they felt like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. Like you could feel them growing into those roles, which was pretty awesome to see. Like they nailed it perfectly.
It wasn't just like another job, and they actually really get into the the characters, and you can feel it. And since both characters in the comic book, as well as how they showed it in the movie, have had a really intense history, and they managed to bring that emotion they've felt, both of them. They bring it in the movie.
Like from the original X-Men, you felt that with them, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and then that's really, really great. Any favorite action scene that you have?
My favorite action scene, I think it has to be in the beginning when it was the Centennials versus Blink, Bishop, Sunspot, Colossus. Yeah, and Iceman. That was it was intense, and it was just great. It was
the whole fight scene, right?
Yeah, it was like because you're scared that any moment one of them's gonna die, and when one of them does, you're just like, oh, you're like so heartbroken.
That was pretty cool. My favorite scene in general was towards the end, when after Wolverine wakes up from when he's his mind is back into the new future, after they solved everything or whatever, and he's walking around and he sees Beast. And I thought it was awesome because it was Kelsey Grammer. Kelsey Grammer was back. I was like, maybe I thought it was going to be a different act or something, but Kelsey Grammer, even though a lot of people didn't like it, like Last Stand that much, I thought Kelsey Grammer as Beast was amazing. And so seeing him back was really awesome, along with what's his name, Jason Marsden and Famke Janssen as Jean Grey and Cyclops, which was great. I was like, yes.
And then I would cheer that they were back. I was like, yes.
The what?
I cheered when I saw them. I was so happy. Cyclops.
Sorry, I think I lost you for a minute. Anything was cutting off.
Oh. Go.
In my favorite action scene, I had my doubts, from what I saw in the trailers and when they first announced it, but the whole from the beginning of the scene when Quicksilver first shows up to when they say goodbye to him, his whole scene where he was involved I thought it was just freaking awesome.
Yeah, I was like,
to me, that was like the main scene stealer for me for the whole movie. I was like, nice.
Yeah, he played it so perfectly. He was like cocky and everything, and like people were so worried because of the way he was dressed, but after watching it, you just get comfortable with it. And you're like, all right, it makes sense. It made sense.
Especially because, the movie, in that scene itself, it's taking place in 1973. This is the 70s, this is the hippie era. So, it's understandable why he's wearing like a really, shiny, glittery silver jacket, with his goggles and everything. But, like the whole scene, then that whole escape scene, how he gets Magneto out, and then, how he beats all the cops up in the kitchen. That was just great. It was really, I was impressed.
It was really good.
I don't say that much when it comes to movies, but I was impressed with this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. So, what was,
what I didn't like? The continuity errors, like when in the future, when Wolverine had his metal claws.
Yeah.
I was like, I was thinking, how did he get them back? Cause then, I don't know if they were not mentioning the Wolverine movie. If they're ever connecting it, but I was like, how? It didn't make, that's all, some things didn't make sense.
Yeah. I had, that was one of my dislikes as well, cause they should have at least explained how he got him back, and at least how, or explain something about that.
A little explanation with him, like,
yeah. And another thing that what I didn't dislike, what I did dislike was, they don't really explain how is it when they're in the beginning of the movie, when they're in the future, how is the Professor X still alive? If, obviously it has something to do, they're kind of including Last Stand, but at the same time they're not. So, but explain how is that he's still alive?
Did you see the end credits for Last Stand?
Yeah, well, they just show that his grave just starts shaking and that's it. They don't explain how he comes back.
Cause in The Last Stand, he talks about throwing your consciousness into another body.
throwing his consciousness into another body.
Yeah, he was teaching a class about that. Like, is it possible to throw your consciousness into another body? Supposedly he did that, and at the end of Last Stand, when the doctor is checking on the patient, he wakes up and he says hi, and it's Professor X's voice.
Oh, that's right.
That's how
I totally forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. That is right.
And then Magneto's powers come back.
Yeah, they don't explain that one either.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
His
he got
powers are
injected
coming
with
back.
the full
Maybe
serum.
they just came back. But it kind of gets rid of X-Men 3, like, so that cure wasn't really a cure.
Yeah, you're right. But overall, I think it was really, really great. It was a great movie.
It was.
And I think one thing I forgot to mention in the Easter egg. I don't know if you ever read it or you caught it. In that scene in the final battle when they're in 1973, when Wolverine is fighting Magneto, how Magneto uses all those like metal bars to put him into Wolverine before he throws him into the water. When he lifts them up, right before he throws him, the way the bars are shaped and they are in his body, it was an image. It was a actual image, or like a copy of in the comic books when Magneto ripped out his adamantium. The way it looks just like that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That was like an awesome little nod they did. You know, since I kind of understand it because in the comic books when he's ripping out his adamantium, and in the movie he did it when he put the metal in his body to be able to control him. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a little cool nod that I noticed.
This one was really brutal.
Yeah. That definitely brutal, but yeah, it was a pretty cool nod. I remember that. That's pretty cool. So what are we rating this movie?
I'm actually gonna give it a 4 out of 4. It was that good.
4 out of 4. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. 4 out of 4. Definitely has good entertainment, good acting, good storyline, from start to finish. It keeps you on the edge, keeps you in all the time. And I want to give a quick shout out to Peter Dinklage as Bolivar Trask. Amazing work. He did a great job.
She's like becoming the Mystique from X-Men 1, 2, and 3. Like she doesn't, like how she was in First Class as a little kid, not gone. Like she becomes more dark and more Mystique. Like, she's becoming that image again. It's like really, really good work.
Yeah, I think after one, like.
Oh yeah, I think after one, like you can see the difference from First Class to now. You can see as far as her acting wise, and also as the character development wise. Like it's definitely, you can really see it, and it convinced me more. I can see Mystique. I don't see just an actress playing Mystique. She is Mystique, and it was great. It was a great job.
Not just her, everybody from First Class, they all did a really good job.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I recommend anyone who's listening to this, go see it. It's really good.
Also,
you won't be disappointed.
Huh?
You won't be disappointed.
No, you won't.
Anybody listening, they won't be disappointed.
Even if you've never seen an X-Men movie, this is a good one to start off.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good.
Definitely.
Also, one thing I forgot to say, one thing I kind of didn't like is with Beast, like young Beast, how he would like, he basically was kind of like the Hulk. He gets mad, he turns into Beast.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
But it kind of explained the whole how he's able to do that, but how he does it, yeah, I see what you mean, the whole.
Yeah, it's like really.
Yeah, because he only turned blue when he was mad.
Yeah, like really. So not to the Hulk then.
I know what you mean. It was should have either been all blue or all human.
But yeah, it was really good though. Everyone, you should go see it. It's really good.
Definitely.
Alright.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. So, we'll see.
Thank you everybody else for listening to all of our millions and millions of listeners out there.
We'll see you next time on the next movie that comes out.
See ya.
Alright, bye.
See ya. Bye.